They're blowing leads. They're getting blown out. They're not pitching. They're not hitting. They're not running the bases. They're not playing defense. They've lost 8 of 10, 14 of 21. They trail the Braves by 4.5 games in the East, their biggest deficit since June. They've won 1 of their last 10 series. They were 20-8 in one-run games heading into the All-Star break. They are 0-5 since. The Philadelphia Phillies are leaking oil. Tony Del Grosso is here. I am Adrian Fedcube. Tony, what the fuck is going on?
Not good. Not good, man. No bueno. You hit it on the head. They're not hitting, they're not pitching, they're not fielding, they're not running. They're doing everything wrong. Where to start? I guess pitching hasn't been atrocious. Everything else has been atrocious. The pitching has been atrocious at the most inopportune times. Man, it's really, really, just sucks what's going on right now. But at the same time, if you think about it, every team other than the Red Sox won like 175 games this year. Every team has gone through this at some point. So it sucks that it happened at the end of August. The Phillies, I'm going to be optimistic, and I'm watching the game right now. It's nothing. Going to say tonight is the night they break out of it. Last 30 games of the year, you got to be a believer, man. They're only 2.5 back of the wild card, 4.5 back of the division. They're still right fucking there. Let me ask you this. If someone told you with 30 games to go, if you could be 2.5 back of the wild card and 4.5 back of the division, would you take it?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Hey, listen. The Phillies got us through the summer. They got us to football season. I'm ecstatic.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's just, it sucks because the timing of it just, like, really screws the Phillies over, because not only are they just nosediving, but they're nosediving at the end of the season, plus the Eagles are about to kick off. So that is just a old thing where all of a sudden, it feels like half Philly right now saying, fuck this team, they're going to disappoint. Let's get on, board with the Eagles. Let's go. It's football season. That type of deal. I'm not one of those people. I'm a weirdo, baseball junkie.
You like baseball more than football. Baseball is your number one.
Baseball, yeah. Doesn't say, not to say I'm not very excited about the Eagles, but let me put it this way: September football to me is fucking irrelevant. Last year's star quarterback down. Generally don't end in September. So, anyway, we're going to go off on a tangent there. Baseball, Phillies.
Hey, they still have a chance because they get the Braves 7 times in their last 11 games. That's their chance right there. If they go in that last week and they're like 2 to 3 games back, they still got a shot. The problem is they haven't played the Braves well this year. That's the only dilemma here.
Yeah, so not to mention, head there, 7 out of 11 games are against the Braves, and the other 4 out of those 11 are actually against Colorado.
Yes.
And if you look at the wild card standings, that could end up being a big in terms of what happens with the wild card. On top of it, the Braves, if you look at the schedule, shout out, they Red Sox, D-backs, Cardinals, all in September. Their September schedule is Phillies. So there are optimistic things to look at to say, the Phillies could still make. I mean, they're right there. It's just, they just suck right now, but they're right there.
Yeah. I'll say this. I'm not going to get pissed at the team because they have already surpassed expectations. But it's okay to be disappointed. You're allowed to be disappointed. This is disappointing. It sucks because they were leading the division for like a month, and now it's like we see this little implosion. It's good. It's not going to be easy to get back in this race, but they do have a shot at it because, like you just mentioned, the Braves' schedule is really, really tough. The only like non-playoff teams they have is Pittsburgh and the Giants, like you kind of said. So they're playing some really tough teams. The Phillies, meanwhile, their schedule's a lot easier, and they have a chance against the Braves in that last 10 to 11 day stretch. So It's going to be tough right now. The odds say they have like 35% chance of making the playoffs. I think that's like what ESPN said. I could look at it if you want technicalities. I know it wasn't exactly 35, but it's somewhere around there. So they have a chance. I think they have more of a chance than I think Phillies fans are giving them credit for. They were in a bad spell and they played a lot of road games. They struggle on the road. They're not a good road team.
Yeah, it's 32.7.
Okay, there you go. So it's less than what I said.
Yeah, but I agree with everything you said, and also I think you could make the argument that on paper, Phillies do have the better Braves. Depending on how you look, depending on how much you value Acuna, guys like that, who in a couple might be superstars. Right now they're still good, but I don't know. You go player for player, where the Phillies would have the edge would be pitching. But I don't know. It's a toss up.
Yeah. The other thing that's like really frustrating is they're blowing these leads. They lost 2 games over the last week where they led 4-1. They lost one where they led 5-1. So you're seeing these demoralizing losses, and they're coming late in games. And it's been 4 of them in the last 8. So if they just get out of this, man. But like, God, these are not ways you want to lose baseball games. These are demoralizing. These losses, they hang for a couple days.
Yeah, these are really, really swallow at the wrong time of year. It's just okay. Good. Sorry, I'm watching this right now.
Yeah, they just got out of the inning.
I also want to say though, there's still like all the stuff again. These fans there saying, "Well, actually, Tech didn't do anything. They need help." Blah blah blah. They actually made a lot of people who realize that they added 2 starters. They added Cabrera and Wilson Ramos. Like,
yeah.
What do you want? I mean, you could have argued they needed a starting player, I guess. You could do that argument, but everything else, what did you want them to do? They were to add pieces that at least they thought of valuable, and they didn't give up much. I mean, Kilome, see how that, but everyone else, really nothing.
Yeah, I'm with you. Unfortunately, you're starting to cut out a little bit again. So I honestly, I think it might be my end because I just got down the shore. Our internet connection here sucks. I think it's me. Hopefully I'm coming in. Am I coming in all right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Well, I can see you, but I can hear you fine.
Okay. All right. Let's see. What else is? Oh, that game last night too. My God. So Aaron Nola is just like unbelievable, and they lose 3-0. They lose. Just the defense again. Just like
And okay. Speaking of defense, not to get on, but I don't think I ever got the Cabrera Crawford. I think something came up. I'm gonna do a show anyway.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What did Cabrera Crawford trade? Cabrera trade, and I said Cabrera Crawford because I feel like obviously Crawford would be the starter. If at least I would hope the chance before Henry. I don't know. I know had some big blah blah blah. I just have a feeling that his bat is not to really warrant starting shortstop when you have a plus JP Crawford, who you still believe is the future and getting better offensively. Our eyes, like, throw him in. I mean, Cabrera really hasn't done since his first couple games.
Yeah. Fuck, man, you're coming in and out now. You were good in the beginning of the show, and then like now it's like you're going in and out.
Yeah,
we've lost viewers because of it. They're going. They have left just like they have left the Phillies. By the way, that was embarrassing last night. No one was at the game. You got a team that's in a playoff race, and no one was at the game.
Yeah. Oh, Joey Bats is stepping to the plate. Is he starting tonight?
Yeah. Oh, I heard you there, fine. Yeah, Joey Bats is at the plate. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like again, it's like this is another move. I mean, I know he's struggling mightily, I grant it, but you didn't give up anything for him.
Yeah, it's just to see if we catch lightning in a bottle. If he could pretend like he's 30 years old again.
Yeah.
5. Yeah, because a few years ago, he was a hell of a player. I mean, he was probably top.
Oh, and he just got hit.
Handful of years ago. Shell of himself now. Yeah, he got hit.
We got some runners on, no outs. So, all right. I guess we'll do like final thoughts now, since you're not really coming in too clearly. I was gonna get into some Nola talk, but we could say that for next week. We're gonna do a Nola Cy Young / NL MVP show. Like what are the odds that he can actually win one of those things? So we'll do that for next week.
I'm down for that.
Okay. All right. So that's what we'll do. Because Aaron Nola has been unbelievable. Kyle called that right from the beginning. So kudos to Kyle, man. Kyle's like he's going to be in the NL Cy Young race. Did he actually predict Nola to win the Cy Young? Was that his prediction?
He may have.
Yeah, I don't remember, but he's been spot on about Aaron Nola. So spot on all season long. I mean, #1 starter. He's looked like the best pitcher in the National League. We'll see though, because Jacob deGrom, he's got the numbers, and we know that the Cy Young now they don't really care about the wins and losses as much. Felix Hernandez proved that.
I think it's Scherzer actually.
You think it's gonna go to Scherzer?
Right. If the season ended today,
Yeah, fuck, you cut out. All right.
I'll text you.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We're just gonna end it now. I was gonna take questions, but this just isn't working well. All right. That's Tony D. I'm Adrian FedQ. Do you want to try and take questions, or you just want to get out of here?
It's up to you, dude.
All right. I'm curious to see what Sean has to say, because Sean is the guy that wasn't a Tapler guy, and I know he's watching. Let me see if I can get to it.
You got 2 on, no.
Yeah, 2 on, nobody out. Franco just popped up. Dude, it might be me. My internet's being really slow. I can't even get to the chat.
Maybe.
Kudos to the fans for not showing up. This is not good enough for postseason play.
Yeah, and to all the fans who already just hopped off their bandwagon again, like, go fuck off. You know nothing about baseball if you think they're cooked.
Pressure is on Clintac now. We have money. Go get some real players. I agree with that. I think it's a big offseason for Clintac. I will say that. But I'm not giving up on the season, Sean. Come on. Don't give up on the season. It's not over.
Not. They're not going to play this bad the rest of the season. Like, they played, like, what have they fucking been playing? Like, 250 ball the last however many games, last 3 weeks? They're not going to play 250 ball the last 30 games.
The law of averages say that they're not going to blow 4-1 leads in the last week again. They're not going to do that again. We'll see. We'll see, because the deficit now is going to be tough. It's going to be an uphill climb. I don't know if they'll get all the way there, but I'm also not like giving up either. I think they can make something out of this.
Yeah, I honestly think they'll be right there till the end of the season.
Yeah. What is more painful to watch, this broadcast or the Eagles tomorrow? Oh, it's definitely good. Well, I don't know. I don't know if anything's going to be as bad as that 5-0 game last week. Oh, you want to talk about unwatchable?
Dude. I'm not a fan of preseason football. Sorry, I'm just not.
Neither am I. I honestly I watch the Eagles, but I purposely try not to watch a lot because it screws up your opinions of players.
Yeah, that's so true.
It is. It does. It does. Like if you would have watched Mitch Trubisky last year, you would have thought he'd be in the Hall of Fame already. You know,
Yeah,
like, that's the way it goes.
yeah,
It's over, boys. Sorry, but if you don't hit or play defense, no playoffs. They're not hitting or playing defense right now. That doesn't mean they're not going to.
yeah.
Come on,
They could,
Sean.
they have hit at points throughout the season. To be fair, though, they've been pretty bad on defense.
Oh yeah, they're the worst defense in the league. Yeah,
Yeah,
by far.
yeah.
Yeah, they're tied with the Cardinals for the most errors.
You know what would help the worst defense in the league? Oh, putting a Gold Glove caliber shortstop as your
Yeah.
everyday shortstop. Just so happens there's one in AAA right now.
The other thing that sucks is when you get a guy on second and third with less than 2 outs and you can't bring him home.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, Cabrera's a good hitter, but I don't know, man. I know he hasn't made any, like, egregious errors yet, but he's not going to make bad errors. Like, he's not going to make – what he does is he has no fucking range. So balls he doesn't get to don't look that bad because, oh, it just looks like a base hit. When in reality, Crawford would have fucking got there no problem. Like, that's what people don't realize. He's not going to boot the ball that comes right to him.
They haven't done either all year. He's speaking of defense and hitting. I think they've hit at points. They've hit at points. Defense, I agree. They've hit at points, though.
They've definitely hit at points.
It's the pitching's been kind of inconsistent lately, too.
All they need is one guy to get hot, whether it's Hoskins or Herrera, or Franco could go on a tear again.
Yeah.
Somebody just needs to get hot.
All right, so I guess we'll end on this. So what's your prediction? So you think they're getting in playoffs?
Yeah, I'll say they get the second wild card spot.
Okay. I don't think they get there, but I think they're going to make it fun. I think this stretch here, it's going to be really tough to get out of. I think they're kind of like, I don't want to say they're fucked. They're not fucked, but it's you have a lot of teams now that you have to eclipse, and that's the problem. It's tough. I think they're going to make a run at it though, and if they showed that they could beat the Braves this year, I'd feel confident. But they've been kind of struggling against Atlanta this year. So those 7 games, you're going to have to win like 5 or 6 of them. Can they do that? That's the question.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. And, like I said, like you said, they're definitely going to be, there and make it interesting. I don't know. When you put it the way you put it, I actually think maybe the division might be more realistic only because they don't have to leapfrog however many teams they do for the wild card.
Jake Arrieta just brought in 2.
Nice.
Am I ahead of you?
It must be.
Holy shit. I'm sorry. I just ruined that for you.
Sorry.
He just rolled one through the hole.
Yeah, you're probably like a second ahead of me.
Okay.
But law of averages, because they haven't played well against the Braves, you think maybe just the numbers say you got to play better down the stretch. So who knows? We'll see.
Yeah. I'm with you though. I could be seeing a scenario here where the Braves are easier, not only because of the teams, but because of their schedule and who they're playing. So.
Yeah,
it might be easier to catch the Braves because what normally happens is now the good thing is there's 2 wild card spots now, so that gives Phillies hope. See, even I'm thinking Eagles now. So these teams, like if you only had 1 spot remaining and you're jumbled with like 4 or 5 teams, normally that one of those teams gets hot and gets really hot. They just go, they just jump. But with 2 wild card spots, at least 2 teams would have to get hot, so it gives the Phillies more of a chance.
Yeah, adding that second wild card, admittedly I didn't like it at first, but it's actually turned out really, really positive. One of the best.
I still don't like things though, like because in the AL, I mean, if the Yankees lose in the wild card, that's bullshit. I hate the Yankees, but it's bullshit. They're the best team in fucking baseball.
I like adding the extra wild card, but those 1-game series. I mean,
Go to 3 games.
I
Do
get
3 games.
same time, man. It's baseball. 1 run. I don't know. I see both sides to that. It's not fair, really.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. I don't know if there's a way to like fix it. Like there's 2 things that I think need to get. I don't like the 1-game playoff, and I don't like the 5-game division series. I think the 5-game division series is a fucking joke. The fact that you play 162 games only for it to come down to 5 is stupid.
and so you would up it to
Stupid.
you'd make all of it 7 then.
I'd make it all 7. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the wild card, you do like 3 because you can't really do a 7-game wild card series.
Right.
No.
I think 3 would be fair for the wild card.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We are going to leave now. So that's it. I guess you got your final thoughts out, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Now I got to find the link so I can exit this because I have so many tabs open. It's ridiculous. Well, eventually I'm going to find this link. It might not be for a couple minutes.
Hey, we could be getting ready for a playoff show in 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know where all this thing went.
If you're not listening now, we don't want you in October. Fuck off.
Well, you're definitely more optimistic than I am, but I still do think that they have a shot. I'm not saying there's no chance.
Yeah, I mean, the only difference between you and I is I still think they're going to sneak in there.
Yeah. I think they can still make it competitive. That's the difference. I think they can make it competitive. You think they're actually going to win it, get to the playoffs. Okay.
I'm using heart over my head there because the head says that find a way to not get it, but I don't know. There's signs that point.
All right. That's Tony D. I am Adrian Fedq. This internet wasn't great, but hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. We're out. See ya.
Later.